Next on the news at 10.
One developer would like to build a gas station right here on 15th Street, but the city says right now you can only keep the gas pumps in the back of the building. I'm Travis Lear. I'll tell you if they changed their mind coming up.
And Alabama education group advocates against an amendment on the November ballot, why they think it could lead to no more public education. Richard?
Yeah, Tamika, coming up home team weather. Kind of cool tonight, low 60s across the board, 61 Tuscaloosa, 62 down in Montgomery. How cool is going to get tonight? And how about your all-important weekend forecast? Weather straight ahead, so stick around.
And hear from Alabama's governor on his decision to opt the state out of the federal health care law. The news at 10 begins now.
You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Tamika Alexander. Thanks for joining us. After a 4-2 vote by the Tuscaloosa City Council, developers in Tuscaloosa's tornado recovery zone are now allowed to build gas stations with the pumps in front of the stores. In tonight's top story, WVUA's Travis Leader explains why what seems to be a standard layout fuels such debate at City Hall.
While developers of one proposed property on 15th Street are happy the city council changed their mind on gas station regulations, local neighborhood leaders are saying their elected officials aren't doing a good job sticking to the original Tuscaloosa Forward plan.
People need to step up to the modern design instead of going back to what we had before. And I think that that is possible, but you know, we need some fortitude and to move in that direction.
But business leaders in the city are saying that's just a gas-backwards approach.
15th Street is a heavy commercial corridor. It always has been and it will continue to be in the future. And so with high traffic volumes the proposed pumps in the back, we don't feel would be conducive.
Although some residents are disappointed with the council's vote, they see the split decision as a sign they are now getting their voices heard.
A couple of the councilmen in their comments really reflected the concerns of the neighborhoods. So I don't think that they're collectively out of touch.
Page is happy with the council's decision and says this is a great compromise between the businesses and the neighborhoods.
We do feel like there's a good compromise in this situation where we can have high quality development, but also walkability in areas for neighborhoods that are in close proximity.
In Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
Council members Harrison Taylor and Lee Garrison were the two no votes. Councilman Bob Lundell was not present for tonight's meeting. While Tuscaloosa is one step closer to having a high-end hotel in downtown, the Tuscaloosa Planning Commission gave the green light to the $27 million Embassy Suites project. The plan calls for an 8-story, 154-room Embassy Suites hotel. The hotel will be located on the City Fest parking lot. According to City Councilman Bobby Howard, a couple hundred permanent jobs will be created, as well as additional construction jobs. The Kimmons Wilson Group is behind the project, and Councilman Howard says it seems to be a perfect fit.
Mr. Wilson, fortunately, have great ties with the Tuscaloosa area. Went to school here, worked here, and I think he has family here, and he has a heart and affinity for Tuscaloosa. That made it easier because he wants to see the area, downtown Tuscaloosa, the whole area, prosper and grow.
Councilman Howard says the plan should go before the City Council within the next month. The final project is to be complete by the end of 2013 or the beginning of 2014. Now to the latest on the meningitis outbreak. Alabama's top health officials say one Alabamian has died after contracting meningitis following a steroid injection linked to the outbreak. State Health Officer Don Williamson says the person did not get the injection in the state, has died, and an autopsy is pending. Williamson said the people were injected in Tennessee and Florida. He said Alabama did not receive any of the original batch of recalled injections from New England Compounding Center, but Alabamians were exposed because they received treatment in neighboring states that did receive shipments. Williamson said patients who had procedures after May 21st that included an injectable NECC product should be notified by their health care provider.
11, I'm pleased to report, are doing well. They'll continue to be followed up to make sure they continue to do well. 1 is continuing to be evaluated, and unfortunately 1 is deceased. with the autopsy results pending.
The company has recalled its other products as a precaution. Williamson says those were 2 health centers in Jasper, Birmingham, Andalusia, Valley, Enterprise, Mobile, Decatur, and Dothan. Well, now to the health care reform. Governor Bentley weighed in on the controversial issue while talking with business leaders in Tuscaloosa. In his speech, Bentley addressed many issues the people in Alabama are facing, from the economy and job creation to his proposed retirement incentives plan. The governor also talked about President Obama's health care plan. Bentley told WVUA it's a very confusing and difficult plan. He says it is not workable no matter what political party is in office. Governor Bentley says there's been a pushback from governors across the country.
It has caused a tremendous amount of problem with our economy. They spent 2 years on that rather than spending 2 years trying to turn this economy around.
Bentley's plan does not affect education employees, but a separate teacher incentive program could be proposed at a later date. Well, one group of Alabama educators says an amendment on next month's ballot could end children's right to public education. The Alabama Education Association wrote an article asking all educators to vote against the amendment for this November. The group claims that the change, which is meant to remove racist language from the state constitution, will ultimately take away children's right to public education. If passed, the amendment would not end public education, but William Snell with the AEA says the amendment is still two-sided.
I think most Alabamians would agree that language needs to come out of our Constitution. However, the language continues to possess the effect of not guaranteeing a public education for our children.
A similar proposal was defeated by voters in 2004. Well, early Monday morning, 41-year-old Kevin Martin died after his motorcycle crashed on Old Marion Road. Now, local motorcycle clubs are getting together for a benefit ride to help the family of their fallen brother. WVUA's Emily Forrester spoke with them about the life of the man they call Kmart.
Kevin, to me, was a remarkable guy that, touched so many lives.
Kmart was a friend to everybody.
Kevin was a great man to me, especially to me.
And Martin's friends say his generous character is inspiring.
This guy was involved from everything on the motorcycle scene to supporting the kids to just generalize, giving people an uplifting way of life.
A benefit ride planned for Saturday, October 20th aims to carry on Martin's giving spirit. All proceeds from the ride will go to his wife and 3 kids. And Mullen says everyone is welcome to participate.
Anybody that wants to come and make donations and contributions and just come and hang out in Kmart's honor, we welcome everybody.
We came together, just the type of person he was. We want to do it annually because, it's, like I said, the type of person Kevin was, and we need to appreciate him every year.
Martin's best friend, Castro Javine, says he knows what Martin would say to everyone who knew him.
Just to live. Kevin want me to tell you, just to live, boss.
In Tuscaloosa, Emily Forrester, WVUA News.
Now, that benefit ride will take place Saturday, October 20th at Wolves and Spokes. Registration begins at 8 a.m. and the ride begins at 9:45. All proceeds benefit Martin's family. Well, turning now to the weather, it was a nice day outside, a little cooler in fact. Let's get a first check on Alabama's home team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Nice cool day out there today.
Hey, to make it a good Tuesday evening to you, nice and cool out there in terms of temperature this time of the year. And it's cooler tonight, 61 now in Tuscaloosa, some upper 50 showing up in Fayette and Jasper, 58 to 59 there. Down in Marengo County, Linden checking in at 60. And some of the cool spots, Gadsden 55, Roanoke over in East Alabama reporting 55 at this hour. So temperature's cooling off now, but the cloud cover still hanging around that high level cirrus cloud. The cloud deck we had this afternoon, this evening, still out there, but the back edge moving into North Mississippi now. That will move in our